Mike, we're going to talk about Tim Tebow. This guy is one of these polarizing figures. You either like him or dislike him. There's many in between. I might be the only guy that's an in between guy right here. He will drive you. He drove people nuts for the first half, even 3/4 of that game against Miami, and then he scores 2 touchdowns on throws. The guy runs around the field. I picked him up in fantasy because everybody was saying pick him up, but he's amazing in the numbers he can put up in fantasy football because he runs so much. And he's got this awkward delivery and throw, Mike. It's just
incredibly awkward delivery.
Yeah. But his teammates were diving over the field for him too. There's some kind of intangible about this guy. What do you think?
There is some kind of intangible about this guy, and as you know, Starkey, we've talked about this sort of thing many times. I think the intangibles are generally overrated, but if you have to completely discount the intangibles in order to or this guy's off the field completely. He never gets on the field. You're right. He's a polarizing figure. He is a polarizing figure. I think. Honestly, to be brutally honest, I think racially. I think he would be
white hope.
He would be. Well, there's some of that, and then there's some of think about the way Cam Newton is perceived and the way he's perceived. In terms of religion, in terms of people who like to see sort of public displays of religious enthusiasm, and in people who are put off by it. The whole idea of people who want to believe that it's not about statistics and it's not about mechanics, it's about intangibles and guts and intensity and clutch and blah. That whole argument that goes on endlessly in sports. And I think the fact that he is. I think the fact that ESPN is jumping all over this and sees this much the way it saw Brett Favre a while back, his opportunity to just beat something to death, and if people are mad about it being beat to death, then that is attention grabbing in a sense. So it's an interesting thing. He is limited in terms of what he can do as a quarterback unless he cleans up his mechanics. I just think that's the bottom line. If you watch him next time you see highlights of him on ESPN. At the back of his throwing motion, the ball is back. I mean, it's freakishly back here. It's unbelievable how long it takes him to crank it up. He's not a quick decision maker. He's not quick getting rid of the ball. There's limits to what you can do as an NFL quarterback. I don't care how much intensity you have, how great a competitor you are. Trent Dilfer said something really smart the other day. He said mechanics, you can't escape from mechanics. You can't hide from them. It's the golf swing, it's the pitching motion. It's a real thing, and this stuff is honed in incredible detail in modern big-time athletes, and you compare what he's doing mechanically to what Aaron Rodgers is doing, and that's a big difference.
So you're saying Tim Tebow is the Charles Barkley of golf compared to quarterbacks here. He's the
wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
And the other thing I want to say is you mentioned maybe the racial thing. So it's John 3:16 under Tebow's eye, and Reggie Bush with his area code.
Okay.
But Tebow has the it factor, and that's really what matters in the NFL. It's wins and losses, and so far he's done pretty good out there.
Well, you see you see Denver going. You see that number one going up much. You see that number.
So far 1-0.
All right, so far.